with another live, except it's not this morning because I wanted to just switch it up and see who's going to be on live on a Friday night. I'm going out to celebrate my cousin's birthday with my aunt. And yeah, so I'm just refreshing the little bit of makeup that I had on earlier before I go. But I'm going to style my hair. I think I have an idea of what I'm going to wear. Something very simple. Um, but yeah, I'm about to. Hi, Miss T. Yeah, I'm about to style my hair in a second, but I'm gonna just. I think I'm gonna do like the three ponytails, like one here, one here, one here, like three buns or whatever. Do I do online classes? What would you like to learn specifically? Because I do offer like in-person classes to learn certain things like retwisting, lock start, stuff like that. But I haven't offered online yet. So yeah, just let me know what you're looking to learn and we might can chat about something. If you hear my cat outside of my room, please just ignore him because he is clingy, okay? He won't leave me alone. But yeah, so something real simple. I'm actually very sleepy. I really want to go to sleep, but plans were made. So we're sticking to them, okay? I'm off tomorrow, so we'll have time to rest. Super simple. Probably just brown. That's all we're doing tonight. I'm trying to get in the industry and how-to videos and tips, etc. Um, yeah, so I guess right now I don't necessarily have any videos or like online classes for getting into the industry. Maybe I would say message me on Instagram at Grayton. And I'll get back with you. Maybe like we can just set up a call. I'll give you a price for like maybe like a consultation type of price. And we can chat if you just have like general questions about the industry. But I have been thinking about making like long form content, like how I do my long videos for like locks care and stuff like that. I was thinking about doing videos like that specifically for people who are looking to become locticians, but it's very few and far between of people who reach out who want to be locticians. So I guess up until now I've just assumed that not many people are looking for that type of stuff, but you got me thinking. So yeah, maybe I'll do more of that. But I would love to know just like specific things you want to learn. Like, is it like how to price yourself, how to get a suite, how to attract clients, how to make your work neat, all those things, where to buy your supplies. Because those are all things I have really, I guess I won't say mastered, because there's always room for improvement, but I have really found what works for me over the past almost 5 years that I've been by myself. So I got my first suite in 2021. And I've done a lot since then. Understand, and I will message you. Cool, I will talk to you soon. Looking forward to it. Where are you located, if you don't mind me asking? But yeah, in the meantime, thank you to everyone who's watching, who's joining. This is just a quick Q&A. You know, if you have any questions about your locks, your hair, locks in general, definitely drop them in the chat. KC, what does that mean? Oh, Kansas City? Is that what it means? Kansas City? Yeah, any questions about hair care, really anything else? I mean, why not? I like the yap, and I got a little bit of time to do so. Okay. I'm gonna do something light because I'm gonna put on black. I do have this on shirt on that I wore to work, but yes, Kansas City. Cool. Midwest. I'm assuming there's probably not a lot of locticians in your area. And also just in general, I mean, I'm down to talk about my story a little bit of how I got into the industry. I really do recommend, hopefully you're still on here, you haven't hopped off yet, but I really do recommend getting to a salon that specializes in locks. Now, I am in an area that's like very much so black, and a lot of people have locks. So there are several salons that are like specifically lock salons. And the one that I started working at, I actually was hired to do loose hairs, but because it was a lock salon, I ended up learning a lot about locks and pretty much falling in love with doing them. And but I will say, because I didn't have any other experience in a salon, running a salon, doing anything, like just being around in that salon environment taught me so much. Like, and when I got my own, you know, salon, my own suite and all that stuff, even had employees, I was reminded of how much I learned at the salon. So if that is a possibility, I would highly recommend working in a salon amongst other people before going on your own. It's like truly invaluable. Like there are a lot of things that I still had to learn, trial and error, after I got my own suite and, you know, all of that. But for the most part, when it comes to customer service, you know, dealing with different types of clients and all of that stuff, like being around someone who's been doing it for many, many, many years is going to help you out tremendously. So yeah. I think people rush into being an entrepreneur and doing it on their own before like actually just learning from somebody first. Okay. Okay. I think your name is Nisha, I'm assuming. I have medium density soft hair. My locks are small, close to micro locks. I have 184 locks. Cool, that's probably cute. Wondering if that's okay for my hair type. Hope I'm asking date. I'm assuming you're asking if 184 locks is okay for your medium density soft hair. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Talk to me about, like, I guess how you're maintaining them. Are you, you know, did you just start? Are you doing interlocking? You doing retwisting? Because in general, that sounds fine, you know? In general, yeah. In general, I don't see any issues with that. If you have medium density, I'm sure your hair looks very full with 184 locks. I recently took a beginner's lock training, and the person I was training with made mention that I like to follow locticians on social media. Like that is a bad thing. I'm very particular about who I I definitely don't think following locticians online. Okay, I'm very particular about who I follow, and you give such valuable information. First of all, thank you so much. Um, yeah, I mean, I kind of see what they're saying as far as like following so many different people on social media. I have clients coming all the time that like are like, yeah, I've been following this loctician for so long and they told me this thing and like the thing is dead wrong. So it is, important to find people who have been doing locks for a while but also really understand hair. And I have a video on here about like people who are looking to start their locks and sort of like the things you need to kind of check the boxes when you're trying to pick a loctician. Like, do they know certain things? Like, are you looking for somebody who has a lot of knowledge? And so for you, because you're looking to get into the industry, I'm assuming I hope you're looking to have as much knowledge so that you can help people the same way that I help people, like break things down very simple and really help people have healthy locks. Just follow people like me. There might be some conflicting views. You might have one person tell you something that I am saying is bad, or vice versa, or whatever the case may be. But the main the great thing about actually getting into the field and doing hair and just starting is that you can compare your real experience with your clients to what you've read online. So a lot of times if somebody brings something to me and I'm telling them, oh no, like she don't know what she's talking about, that's because I've like literally experienced it with my clients. And I will say that a lot of people online, I would try to stay away from people who have like these hair care channels where they're sharing so much like education but have never had different clients. So I've had hundreds, literally hundreds of clients of all densities, of all hair types, short, long, curly, loose curl, kinky, all of those. And so I'm able to speak for a variety of different people, so I'm able to touch a lot more people. But there are some people who have maybe gone through their one or two lock journeys of their own locks, and then they get online making generalizations about locks in general. And I think that that can be a little dangerous, because if I got on here only talking about my experience with my set of locks and my texture, those people with loose curls will kind of get lost in the sauce, and they're trying to try things that I do that works for my hair and it might not work for theirs, and vice versa. So if you are looking to follow people and learn from people online, I will say just find someone who is talking about different experiences across all different hair types, because as a loctician you will come across a lot of different people, and you need to be able to tailor your advice to certain people. Yeah, so I don't think it's anything wrong. I'll reassure you, I don't think it's anything wrong with following locticians, but just, you know, read people's reviews, see what people are saying about them, with their clients. Are their clients happy? Okay, great. I let my mom start them due to her having metastatic, I'm not even gonna say that, metastatic breast cancer. And then I went to a loctician and let her do my first retwist, but I'm not doing any interlocking. Okay. Hope your mom is doing better. Okay, no retwist. Yeah, I think 184 perfectly fine to be doing palm roll without any issues. Yeah, I mean, I think if you like the sizing, you like the parting, you like how many you have, you like the look of it, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Make sure that, you're going to the loctician. A loctician is able to answer your questions, can educate you on certain things, and it's not just worried about making your hair look neat, but like actually cares about the health of your hair. Hello, I started my locks 2 months now with plants. They're still plats. They still are starter lock looking. Should I start them over with 2 strands? I'm ready for them to bud and expand. Okay, yeah, that's actually a great question. I personally think that if you are looking for budding and expansion, then plats is not the way to go. Typically, plats don't expand much. It's very similar to interlocking, with the fact that it keeps it very similar, very slim looking. That's not to say that plaits don't expand at all, but they definitely don't expand as much as twists. So if you're only 2 months in, you do kind of have like, you're at a good spot to start over if you need to, because they're not, you know, locked or butted or anything. If you like your parts, maybe just take them out one by one and twist them. Take the plait out and twist that one so that you don't have to, you know, get it completely done over, all the parting and all of that. Since you already have parting, if you like that, then just twist them, because the plaits probably won't expand. If you're looking for, like, you know, obviously my locks are very mature, but they were skinnier when I first started. And if you're looking for them to expand some, then you can start. And you do want more parts, yeah, I would say start over. Especially, yeah, you're at a great spot being at 2 months. You can definitely go ahead and just do that before you really got to comb them out, you know, then you start losing hair. I'm a licensed esthetician and instructor, as well as hold other licenses within the cosmetology industry. What I seek is knowledge. Those that I follow, such as yourself, have the knowledge about locks. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Well, like, you know, being an esthetician already and having your licenses within the cosmetology industry, I'm assuming that you already have the customer service, you know how to deal with clients and all of those. So for the most part, you just need to brush up on knowledge about locks specifically, and yeah, follow more people like me. One person that I can definitely recommend, the digital loctician. She does some long form content. I think a lot of what she would do was like lives like this. So she has plenty of videos. And from everything that I've seen of her, I agree with it. So I would say that's one more person to follow. How do I comb out? Do I use conditioner? Absolutely. Yeah, you probably won't need a lot of effort because it's only 2 months. You won't need to do a whole lot. You see people combing out like that. For the most part, you should just be able to take them out like you would any other braids that I do about the skin. Absolutely, yes. And a lot of the stuff will overlap as well, I'm sure. Like, I don't know much about skin and what is it, like being an esthetician or anything like that, but you know, your scalp is skin, and so I'm sure that some of those things will overlap. Hey, I love your content. Is it safe to wait too much for my first retwist after starting my locks? And what retwist method would you recommend for the first time? Thanks for consuming my content and sticking around and engaging. 2 months, that's kind of long a little bit. I will say that there are certain things that I would that would make it more okay to wait that long. Like if your hair is in a style, so that your roots and all of that kind of stay a little bit neater. But a lot of times, if you don't have a style and you might, like, say, for instance, you wash your hair or anything like that, it can be really hard to have to pull your locks apart, you know, after they've started to merge together, which typically happens with starter locks specifically and waiting that long. Is there a reason you wanted to wait 2 whole months? Like, did somebody tell you that? I will say that majority of my clients come in between 4 to 6 weeks after their first appointment. And typically most people are ready for that first retwist around like 4 to 5 weeks. Because things kind of look a little bit frizzy. You want to make sure your parting is looking good. Your hair definitely wants to be washed. All those things. And what retwist method would I recommend for the first time? That really depends on preference. So I do have a few videos like talking about interlocking, talking about palm roll. If you have traditional locks, you'll probably want palm roll. That's like the most common way. Can you talk about sizing when starting locks? For sure. Let me read the next one first. I caught a live of my favorite loctician. Yay! So I paid to get my comb twist started. But after that day, I've been maintaining them myself, doing my wash and retwist every week. Oh no. I would say don't wash and retwist every week. You should not need to do that. Typically, it's about, okay, every 2 weeks. If they are really short, I can see maybe every 2 weeks because you want them to look a little neat. I completely understand that. But I will say that even still, every 2 weeks isn't necessary for locks. Sometimes you run the risk of just over manipulating your hair too much, like just doing too much. Because, well, first of all, manipulation can just cause like breakage and stuff like that over time. But then also, it might, if you just started, hinder the locking process, you know, because leaving them alone allows them to start to tangle themselves and bud and all of that. Yes, and I'm terrified of that. Yeah. The reason most people get locks is so that they don't have to be in their hair as often. So I would say try to find a timeline that pushes it out a little bit more, but still, you know, it's fine with you as far as like how often your hair gets done and is neat and all of that. But I would say if you've been doing 2 weeks, push it out to 3, then push it out to 4, and then kind of go from there. Because yeah, I would say waiting a month is that would be my recommendation. Okay, so there was somebody I was supposed to be talking. Sizing when starting locks. That is a little hard because there's so much I could say. I do have a video talking about sizing, but in a second I will kind of give a quick little rundown of like a few minutes. Hello from Michigan. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Should I spray rose water every day? I do have clients that spray rose water pretty often. I typically tell people to start between like 2 to 3 times a week, and then just get in the habit of touching your hair, feeling it to determine like what it needs. Right now, I can feel my hair and it probably do need some, you know, some spray or whatever, or just some type of water. I can feel that it's like a little oily, like there's oil on my hands, but it could use a little. Is it back? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody was calling me. Yeah, as far as spraying rose water every day, you should not need it every day. If you are using rose, um, my phone is on do not disturb. I'm so sorry. Spray rose water every day. You shouldn't have to. That's